Okay, hello everybody, my name is Robert. I'm going to show you how to set up the working environment for an open source project called Human Connection. What is Human Connection? Human Connection is a social network and you can find it on the internet and the URL is human-connection.org. And if you access the site, you will see this screen here. Human Connection is a specialized social network for people who want to engage in things, people who want to make the world a better place. So the social network lets you connect with other people, and if you see a problem, you can take action and fix that problem. Human Connection is an open source project, and the code is hosted on GitHub. If we search for GitHub on this website, we cannot find anything because the maintainers forgot to post a link to GitHub on this website. Maybe this is something we can improve. Let's keep that for later. Right now, let's go on GitHub and search for Human Connection. If we search for Human Connection, what we'll find is typo. What we'll find is the organization Human Connection, and we see two repositories here. There's the front-end repository and a repository called API. The web application behind Human Connection is a modern web application that consists of two parts, the front-end and the back-end. The front-end runs in the browser and the back-end runs on the server. If we check out the front-end, we can see that the front-end is implemented with Vue.js. Vue.js is a popular web framework for building single-page applications, similar to React, Ember.js, and Angular. If we check out the backend part, we can see this is also implemented with JavaScript, and if we look closer, we can see that this project uses Feathers.js, which is also a Node framework. As the next step, we are going to check out the installation instructions. In order to run Node applications, you need Node installed on your system. And this project actually assumes a quite recent version of Node. It expects 8.9 or higher, and if you're running an operating system with outdated sources, make sure you use some kind of Node version manager. So you can use, for example, NVM. I use a Node version manager called NodeEnv, and this Node version manager will allow you to install any Node version you need, regardless of your package manager of your operating system. Alright, let's get back to topic. So we can double check which Node version we're on by typing in node ---- version. And I'm running 8.10 now on my machine. Okay, so after we cloned the repository, we did that already. All we need to do is to change into the folder and install the dependencies. This project uses Yarn as a dependency manager. And if we have Yarn, all we need to do is to set Yarn, and it will install all the dependencies. This will take a while. So in the meantime, I can also check out the installation instructions for the front-end part. Alright, and for that I'm switching into the web app folder and check out the README of the front-end part, which we can find here. And what we do here is no surprise. We have to install dependencies, and that's what we're going to do now as well. I'm going to skip forward because installing the dependencies takes a couple of minutes on my machine. Now, if we go back to our terminal, we see that both the backend and the frontend are actually up and running, and all we have to do now is to load up the local host on port 3000 because it's actually configured in one of those two shell scripts here. I think it's on -start. Yeah, so it's it's running the frontend on 3000 and the API is expected to be running on port 3030. So all we have to do now is to say localhost 3000 and we get to this login window here. The README is telling us that there are some test users. The test user is here. It's the credential is test@test.de with password 1234. When we authenticate, there's a request made to a JSON Web Token endpoint, and we will receive a JSON Web Token, which in turn will be sent to the backend on every request and authenticates the user there. So what we're going to do now is to copy that and paste it in and say 1234 the password, and we log in and we're there. So this is how to set up the working environment. If you run into any issues like check your login credentials, maybe restarting your backend server can solve the problem. Maybe you have some issues with your seed data. Otherwise, it can also be an issue with your browser cache. Sometimes the JSON Web Token is not cleared, and that will lead to some problems, and the login window will tell you you should check your login credentials. Alright, this is it.